Hey there, fight fans. Today in this video, we are going to have a topic for the Khabib Nurmagomedov fans. Khabib Nurmagomedov's eternal enemy, former UFC champ Conor McGregor, promised to give revenge to the former UFC featherweight title holder Max Holloway, who recently announced his desire to fight him. Then at the end of this video, as you know, a fight between Sergei Pavlovich and Jon Jones has everyone talking. Just go to social media and you can see all the discussion. But the expectation for this fight reached new heights when Pavlovich publicly challenged Jon Jones, declaring his intention to beat the former division champ Stipe Miocic in a race to become Jones's next challenger. So, this video is going to be pretty interesting. But before we kick things off, I just want to ask you to help subscribe to the channel. As you can see, 91.4% of the people that watch don't subscribe, while only 8.6% of people with a sub do. So thank you to everyone who helps to support us. Now the topic is as follows. Recently in Kazakhstan, a UFC belt autographed by Khabib was sold, and those that sold it earned in US dollars about $36,000, and that money went all to charity. But most likely this is not a real Khabib belt. It looks like they raffled off a souvenir belt from the official UFC store at the auction. A replica in the US costs about $1,000, so Khabib increased its price by 36 times with his autograph. Now, as you know, things related to Khabib have already been sold at auction. A few years ago, the ex-UFC champion's t-shirt was sold for $60,000 US dollars, which he put it on after the fight with Dustin Poirier.
Guys, make sure I'm gonna sell this t-shirt. All this money I'm gonna send Dustin Poirier.
That money also went to charity, but the buyer wished to remain anonymous. And Khabib Nurmagomedov's eternal enemy, former double champ Conor McGregor, promised to give revenge to the former UFC featherweight title holder Max Holloway, who has declared a desire to fight him, saying, "I would like to fight Conor because I was the only guy who lost a decision to him in featherweight. I know he wants to come back, but a fight with him would be super interesting. It would answer many questions," he said on the MMA Hour program. Now, Conor McGregor replied by saying, "I'm never retiring, so we'll definitely meet, mate." Now, recently, Holloway stated that he wanted to fight the world lightweight boxing champ Gervonta Davis, saying, "Let's do a big fight against Tank. Why wouldn't he fight an MMA guy? I can bombard him with trash talk too. Only give without points about dehydration. I saw how Garcia couldn't get up after that blow to the liver. His body was too dehydrated," said the former champ. But which fight would you like to see more? Holloway versus Conor or Holloway versus Gervonta Davis? Go ahead and let us know down in the comments. And as you remember, Holloway and McGregor had already met back in August of 2013, almost 10 years ago. Conor went to win his second fight under the UFC banner by defeating Max with unanimous decision after 3 rounds. At the moment, Conor McGregor, along with Michael Chandler, are filming the next season of The Ultimate Fighter, and they do have plans to fight each other at the end of the year. Meanwhile, Max Holloway returned his career to a successful track 2 weeks ago after he had an unsuccessful attempt to take the title from Alexander Volkanovski. He defeated Arnold Allen by unanimous decision. So what do you guys think about all this? Go ahead and leave your thoughts down in the comments below, and moving on. As you know, Sergei Pavlovich's recent brilliant victory demonstrated his total dominance in the heavyweight division. His victories, well, they're seeming a little too easy, and opponents look helpless in the octagon with Pavlovich. Everyone understands that Pavlovich has only one goal left, the king of the heavyweights, Jon Jones. But Jones has already hinted that he may end his career after a fight with Miocic, and therefore Sergei is definitely interested in a fight with him. As you know, everyone wants to see Pavlovich's fight with Jones, and it is enough to go to social media just to be convinced of this. Everyone is talking about this fight lately.
The leader of the pack of the next era, who without question is named Sergei Pavlovich.
Okay, this guy's a serious problem.
Social media is becoming a huge hotbed of discussion and debate about this potential fight. Anticipation reached the new heights when Pavlovich publicly challenged Jon Jones, stating his intention to defeat the former division champ Stipe Miocic in a race to become Jones's next challenger. Just look at that arm span. It will be the most amazing fight in history. UFC, I am here, Pavlovich put on social media, posting a photo, which also shows that the Russian has the second largest arm in UFC history, second only to Jon Jones. Now, Pavlovich quite rightly demands a championship fight with Jones. The Russian heavyweight has the most impressive winning streak in the top 15. But even such a track record does not guarantee a title shot. Pavlovich can probably get his next fight in 2024. Now, initially, Jones and Miocic wanted to fight in July at UFC 290, and then the winner of this pairing could fight at the end of the year, but it's not so simple, because on April 16th, Jones published a famous post saying that he wants to end his career after the Miocic fight.
I was saying this for ages. Like, I was like, look, he's going to go up there, he'll have one fight, he'll fight Stipe, and then he'll retire. And everyone says, oh, he signed an 8-fight deal or whatever, or a 6-fight deal, and he's put all this weight on. I'm like, mate, there's no chance. The guy doesn't have to be fighting someone like me or someone like Pavlovich or someone like that. Like, he's not going to want to take on young contenders anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
He doesn't. I don't blame him either. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have anything to prove to anybody. The guy's done everything. So yeah. I always thought from the beginning maybe he'll come up, he'll have 1 or 2 fights, and then he'll leave it at that. And I'm sure that's what he's going to do. And now he's come out and said that's what he's going to do. So who knows? I think Jon Jones is the kind of guy. He says one thing and does another, and he changes his mind every 2 minutes. So we'll see what he actually does.
Everyone wants to see Jones versus Pavlovich. So as you know, if Jones does go away without fighting Pavlovich, fans will say that he was afraid of fighting Pavlovich and ran away. Similar to what people were saying about Francis Ngannou.
Listen, we all want to see a fight. The guy's got to want the fight. Francis doesn't want the fight. You can't make him fight. And I doubt it would have gone any differently.
Francis Ngannou is scary. Francis is a big old I love it. All that muscle with a big ass. Who would be afraid to fight Francis doesn't mean I would be afraid to fight Francis. You're probably not like me. Remember that.
Why do I be scared of them? Why I feel even more confident? No, I'm not scared.
This is the exact situation right now. Russian fans will say it for ages that Jones escaped. That is why UFC President Dana White must use his management skills to give the fans this epic showdown. Not only will this fight bring together 2 of the strongest heavyweights on the planet, it will also finally settle a debate over who truly deserves the title, being the king of the heavyweight division. Since both of the fighters have remarkable skills and physiques, this fight could become one of the most memorable and talked about events in all of MMA history. Fans from all over the world are looking forward to witnessing the clash of these 2 giants in the octagon, which does promise to be a real battle. So in conclusion, I just want to say that a decisive clash between Sergei Pavlovich and Jon Jones has captured the imagination of the MMA world. Now, as the suspense continues to build, it is imperative that the UFC take advantage of this opportunity and make this dream fight a reality. By having this historic clash of titans, the UFC can provide fans with a monumental event that is sure to be a huge, defining moment in the heavyweight division. So if you guys want to see this fight, let us know down in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because it is very important for the development. So thank you all very much in advance.